So greetings to you. Greetings to you and welcome to Uncensored Guyana. What a lovely place. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Guyana. It means no worry for the rest of your days. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna, Hakuna Guyana. Don't worry. I'm Dr. Prasad. Uh, where is the envelope? I should have it somewhere. I'm looking for the envelope. I want to take a peek inside of it. I'm privileged to do that. I can do that. Just to make sure that my bet is safe. You know when your bet the safest? I don't gamble, but if I have to gamble, I need to know that I'm going to be the winner. They have to call me and say, hey, play these numbers and you're guaranteed to win. Only then I'll buy a lottery ticket. Otherwise, for that, I'm risking it. And in this sense, when it comes to the outcome of the Mohammeds case, I think I'm sure as to where I'm going to place my bet. I think I'm sure. So far. Now, the supporters of the Mohammeds, from the beginning of these proceedings, they have been touting, sharing around social media, voicing their distrust, because to them, the court would not rule in favor of their prince. The system isn't working because it seems like things are not going their way. But you see, Hannah Mohammed, the sister of the fugitive offender, thanks to the Attorney General Anand Nandalal, allegedly, your brother is allowed to roam free and continues to get these favors from the judicial system. So instead, you should try your best to start saying some good things about the Attorney General. Or you don't want people to suspect that he's getting political help. I'll revisit that again. In the meantime, while we are distracted by this issue that is dominating and hijacking our attention, understand that the WIN people with the PNC people are busy gathering whatever scrums and scrapes they can find to form a coalition, because their mandate is from their boss, Azruddin Mohammed, is to dominate the next election, which is just a few months from now. So while we are distracted with this nonsense, they're busy working. And they're investing heavily, much more heavily than they did before. because they're trying to reclaim whatever stronghold they think they had in the regions, the neighborhoods, and the districts in Guyana, throughout Guyana. Because if they dominate that, they can cripple the Ali government. That's their plan. They want this theater to dominate the headlines. They want people to be obsessed with this Azriddin's fate, knowing very well that he ain't going anywhere. But a lot of the people don't know that. I need to keep your attention on the fact that we can very well lose a large chunk of the country by virtue of the local government election. And I'm not fear-mongering here. I am painting a picture for you to imagine. Start to fantasize on that picture. Picture a country where the local government governance is dominated by the opposition, the collective opposition. Picture a country like that. We've had situations like that before. It happened during the Ramatar time and Jagdeo time to some extent. If you forgot, try to remember. And then you'll understand that Azriddin Mohammed doesn't worth your attention. To be sucked into every detail of what comes out of a case that may never go forward. So the PNC people and WIN are planning this strategy, and they're getting help. They're hiring, they have hired prominent PR firms from the US that are planning strategies for them, telling them what to do, how to tailor their videos, their messages, who to go after. The money is invested. So when you think a lot of the things you see on social media is innocent, it's not innocent. It has professional tailoring behind it. Scientifically engineered to penetrate the dumbest mind in Guyana. And what is the end result of that? Emotions towards Azriddin Mohammed. He has become the selling point. He is the marketing tool that the PNC is using to hold the blacks and to get the sympathizers from the PPP to join them. I caution you, if you want to see fair play, do like what the other idiots are doing and offer prayers towards the Mohammed. Go ahead. I ain't talking prayers in private. I'm talking online by your comments and see the results. And since I'm on that, I would like to bring your attention, and this is I'm trying to engage the attention of the stupidest of the stupidest. Look at your life. There you are, fasting. You're going without food. Some of you are Muslims, you're Hindus, you're Christians, you're whatever. Even the people who practice witchcraft. You are devoting your energies, begging the universe to help Azriddin Mohammed escape trials for crimes he committed that you didn't benefit from. Whilst at the same time, you can't use the energies that you have, your words, your spiritual talent to help your own life. or your children or your relatives. You're not focusing that energy to help them to improve their lives, for the universe to open doors for you and your family, because your life don't matter according to you. The life that matters is the life of a criminal who keeps playing the system and making you look desperate. He ain't praying for you. He is praying for himself, not to face justice, to continue to earn more. And might I remind you, his office, the office of the opposition leader, which is headed and controlled by Azriddin Mohammed, the billionaire, has just been allocated $48 million for the next fiscal year. 12 months. His office, $48 million. That's excluding his salary, excluding the 2 million plus salary and all the benefits that came with it, excluding that. You made a billionaire opposition leader, and that billionaire, because of your doing, is getting an extra 48 million, plus every month he's earning 2 million plus. Plus he has duty-free concessions and a lot of stuff. And you continue to pray for him to receive more favors, when a lot of you who are praying for Muhammad to escape justice, you will never in your lifetime earn $1 million a month. Never. And you're asking your God not to bless you, but to bless a billionaire who has already been blessed like 1,000,000 times over, and who, as of recent, despite his crimes, despite his corruption, despite his involvement with Maduro and all these people, despite all of that, became opposition leader. And the income from opposition leader is added to his already vast wealth. If you never thought about it that way, because you're so stupid, your brain is so empty, you're incapable of thinking, I just had to give it to you like that, so you understand. All right. When I pray for people, is after they bless me. After. And if you give me $100, I'm not praying for you to get 1,000. I'm praying for you to get $100. I pray for you by the measure of your gifts to me. You see, for me, this thing is selfish. If I know the possibility exists that my words can bear fruits, I'm not going to use it on somebody else. No, I'm going to ask the universe, bless me. Give me 100 billion. Because I know the content of my heart, I am going to bless people. But bless me because I'm confident that I'm kind enough to bless people. But I ain't gonna pray for you to become a billionaire when I'm not certain about the condition of your heart to bless others. I know about myself. And I know me. My heart is kind. This is no bluff. And I know that I would, without thinking, do for others. So I want the blessing. Bring it here. Just understand, I'm breaking this down so that a lot of you can understand what you're doing is irresponsible and stupid. If you love Guyana, if you appreciate what has happened to the country so far, in no way you're going to be so unpatriotic to use your energy, your spiritual energy, and put it towards somebody as toxic, nasty, evil as Ajud Muhammad. God in favor of the man. Look at the evidence. His money has favored him. For you to say that God has favored the Mohammeds, you're blaspheming against the God that you claim to believe in. His money has favored him. Politicians who turned a blind eye, who were corrupted by the Mohammeds, they favored him. Ain't nothing to do with God. Mankind. Mankind screwed up. And in the Guyana context, Guyanese males and females screwed up that has facilitated the rise of the Mohammeds to the status they are, and they continue to screw up because a simple extradition case is taking this long. And now, as of today, like I've said before, I don't concern about other people's what they say. I'm quoting myself. What will be the next excuse? There you saw today. The next excuse was he can't breathe. They should have had a doctor on standby, an ambulance outside. Check his pulse. He's having pain in his chest. All synonymous with he might be getting a heart attack. After all, he has heart issues. He had to climb the stairs. He didn't get a chance to rest. Oh, magistrate, you don't want this on your conscience. You don't want this on your conscience, magistrate. You are a woman. Where is your humanity? Where is your justice with mercy? You have to postpone this case. You have to allow the Mohammeds to go home and rest. Oh, poor Shell. He's such an old guy. Oh my gosh, his heart is going to fail. Look at him. Can't you be so sympathetic for this poor old guy? I mean, come on. How can you send such a person to prison? He's almost 80 years old. Be lenient, magistrate. This man is innocent. You have to hold the people responsible that allowed them to do what they did. They just played the system. They just took advantage of the system. They're not criminals. They will do what anybody else would do. We can't find anybody else who has done it, but you never know. If anybody else had the opportunities to do what the Mohammeds did, they probably would have done it. So, magistrate, look at them. Look at poor Shell, magistrate. Look at poor Shell. Aren't you touched? Everybody here is feeling for the man. You don't want to look like you are an alien, a woman without a heart. You're a kindest soul, magistrate. Magistrate Judy Latchman, you're an Indian also. These are Indian suspects. Extend some mercy to your own kind. Please, magistrate. And the award goes to Nazar Shell Mohammed for Best Actor 2026. Well, that's the next excuse. The performance, man, the performance, the facial expression. He did better than Erica Kirk. You mean you have to be a billionaire? You have to be a billionaire to be talented at acting? The woman who talked about, not the woman, Primus, who talked about the performance arts and the government neglected the theater and all these kinds of stuff. With Henry Rodney and Habib Khan and these people, they died poor. Well, Odessa, there's your answer. You are a part of the win party too. So there is your answer. Maybe the people who will be successful in theater, they have to be billionaires. If you're not a billionaire, you wouldn't be able to perform like Shell. Hence, you cannot be successful in theater in Guyana because the biggest theater so far is the Mohammeds case that is played out across social media whenever the hearing is there. I wish we had access to the courts. Let the cameras go in, let's see the expressions and hear the arguments of their lawyers. If these guys get off, I'm saying if they get off, whether the PPP is helping them, when I say that I mean the Attorney General, at the end of the day, if the Mohammeds escape extradition, or this case prolonged beyond the coming of Christ, we need to consider making the lawyer of the Mohammed Attorney General instead of the one we have right now, Alan Nandalal. Either way, this is the best theater. They have become so predictable. So predictable. I can safely say, folks, I can say right now, on the 26th, the case wouldn't go on. It wouldn't. Because Shell might be hospitalized. Shell might be hospitalized. They have to find something for Azruddin. He can't claim vehicle's tires slashed. He can't comment anything like that. So they have to deal with the father. He's more vulnerable. He's the best candidate to continue the theater. So that might be the next excuse. Family matters. And since they can't do it virtually, and since he would not permit his lawyers to represent him in his absence, and since they can't accept and they wouldn't accept written arguments, the clients has to be there in person. Tell me how this case is going to continue. The magistrate is not going to accept written arguments, to do the proceedings in writing, because the Mohammed's lawyer already knows what the magistrate will decide. So let's forget about that. They will have to be there in person, physically. And the fact that Shell is deteriorating, his condition is getting worse, all of a sudden, coming close to the case, he would not be able to walk. He might be bedridden. And I don't think he might be hospitalized because they have too much of money for him to be stuck in a hospital room. They can create a hospital where he lives. They can put a whole set there and say, magistrate, you see, he's under intensive care. Can't be there. You can't try the son alone. You have to try both persons. Then what? He can even get into a coma. He can fall into a coma. How can you try a suspect who's in a coma? And that coma can last for years. Remember, nobody has access to their homes. So you can see a video with Shell fell into a coma. You very well know that comas can last for years. There are people who fell into coma for 10 years, 15 years. Yeah. I'm just trying to see where we go from here. Then the local government elections coming up, and they have their platform. Political persecution. They put the father in a coma. The PPP put the father in coma. So Guyanese, poor Guyanese, those who just want to see the Mohammeds get richer and richer, who want to be able to make sure that Azradin can put gas in his Lamborghini, they will go out in their droves and their numbers and deliver victory to Azradin at the local government elections. Yeah, I'll come back to that. The fact that I shared it, it means that I watched a piece of it. This Negro in the US who is claiming that I need to apologize to whoever, somebody. What's her name again? Amanza. And I need to apologize to her because there are thousands of men who are in love with her. He knows that for sure. After all, he admitted that he's one of them who fantasize over the woman. Now, when a man fantasizes over a woman, what does he fantasize about her doing? What? Cooking his dinner? Making up the bed for him to sleep on? Washing his car? Buying him a gift? What does he fantasize? How does this thing work? Pretend that I'm an idiot. I don't know what it is. Pretend. Help me out here. I heard somebody say a long time ago, that he saw this girl, and I said, hey, why are you looking at her like that? He said, man, look at that ass. I just want to hit that. I said, what do you mean hit? He said, I mean hit. I want to fuck it. Yeah, I want to taste it. I want to sample it. That's it. And life taught me that when a man talks about he's fantasizing over a woman, he don't fantasize eating her pussy. No. When he gets the opportunity to talk with her, he might throw that in to get her interested. But when a man says he's fantasizing over a woman, he wants to fuck. Take out his penis, put it in her vagina, and fuck. Slam, bam. Most don't even say thank you, ma'am. So that's what this idiot is fantasizing over the woman Amanza to do. He and 1,000 men that he claims. And telling me that I should not say she's fuckable when he's fantasizing doing the same thing. So whether you say sex, making love, romance, I don't have time for all the niceties and to paint things into images they're not. I get to the point, stupid. Now, since you are offended, and all you niggas can do when you are offended is make threats, and you're threatening my life to say, I don't know where the men are that are fantasizing over this Amanza woman, and they might take offense in that and want to teach me a lesson for saying that. Let me help you out now that I can speak. I understand that what niggas do is violent. That's what niggas do. You and all the others, that's all they do. They like blood. They like violence. Every solution to a disagreement to them is violence. And they never come one-on-one. They come in a gang. It's always a gang. It's always a drive-by. It's always this shit. That's what niggas do. They make no contribution to society but violence. So you're threatening violence on my life because I say Amanza is fuckable. I'll say it again. She's fuckable. I'm not fantasizing, but you look at the woman, yeah, the body, that's all to it. Priyamanik Chan, she's lovable. She's a darling. You will go on your knees and say, will you marry me? I mean, come on. Look at Priyamanik Chan. Seriously. Should I change my statement and say that Amanza is ugly? She's hideous. She's like Odessa Primus. Would that be better? A man like me telling a woman she's fuckable is a compliment. Oh, yes. Some women don't want you to tell them all the whole long story about I'll buy you roses, I'll buy you flowers, I'll sing you a poetry, or Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet. Some women don't want that. They want you to buy them a, what's the thing they drink? What's the stuff? The thing they drink. Smirnoff, white rum, whatever, man. They want you to buy them one of that shit, drink it, they drink it, then they get high, and they want you to fuck them. No long talk, chit chat, blah, 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 blah. They just want to be fucked. If they like it, they'll call you the next day. If they don't like it, no matter how you romanticize them, the only way they'll stick around you is if you're the president, you have political influence, you are a billionaire, and there's something else that you have that they can benefit from besides your lazy dick. So, Negro, please, enough with the threats. Try to save the PNC. Because the same woman that you're threatening me for helped to destroy your party. She sided with the enemy. Don't forget that. She cheated VPAC, a nigga like you. Don't forget that. You all appearing to be decent. Oh, we can't use that word. Oh, he cussed too much. He cussed too much. Yeah, well, I don't hit women. I don't abuse them. Never did. All right? So despite the things I'm saying, I'm not a woman beater. No woman can say that. That I insult them in public, beat up on their skin, belittle them. Never. So which is better? The hypocrites who walk around from the PNC pretending that oh, we can't use this word. Oh, he is so, expressive and explicit. And oh my gosh, how can he speak like that? Maybe he doesn't know much. No, I do know a lot. I'm a doctor, remember? I know a lot. But just remember, apart from Charant Ass, show me one PPP member, one, from the time they would have joined the PPP or grew up in the PPP, that has betrayed it, their party, their legacy, like Charandas. Don't worry, Kemraj. Kemraj has issues with Nandalal, I think. Charandas is a nomad. He behaves like the typical Negro. Charandas. He behaves like the typical Negro. If you want to point a finger at him. That's the real soup drinker. And it's never enough. Never enough. So now he wants credit because the case is postponed again because he showed up. You want to get something fixed? Call Charon to ask. And he fixed it. He flipped on the PNC, right? First, he flipped on the PPP, joined the PNC, then flipped on the PNC, joined the PPP, then flipped on the PPP, joined WIN. Are you pointing a finger at me? Charon As should apologize for being an Indo-Guyanese. He should apologize. So just like Amanza Walter Desir, who keeps flipping, Sharon Das is the same. I'm not surprised that she wasn't there too. She should have been at the court to support her boss, since she helped to destroy the PNC. And Sharon Das thought he could have destroyed the PPP. But no, because the PPP that represents an ideology that are united, not by race, but by a common interest in what is good for Guyana. Nobody leaves the PPP. Nobody can be bought, purchased out of the PPP. Camraj may have left to start his own party because he wants attention. Nagamuto and all these others, because the deal was a bit in there. Well, it was better because what? Camraj turned out to be Home Affairs Minister, and Nagamuto turned out to be, was it Vice President? Prime Minister? Those were the conditions under which they betrayed the PPP. Now, look at the niggas in the PNC. They just betrayed the black people because of emotions. They hadn't a solid reason to do it. Just because Norton don't like them, or he may have insulted Amanda, or whatever it is, she left and started her own party. And instead of siding with the PNC, she sided with the criminal. She should apologize to black people. She betrayed black people. I didn't. I was never black, remember? I was never black. So I betray any black people. I've been standing with my people from day one. And I ain't gonna betray them. Amanza betrayed black people. Because she stands now with who? An Indo-Guyanese criminal. And so far, the criminal is winning. She should apologize. See, if you want somebody to stand with, instead of fighting a losing battle and using social media platform to come after people like me, why don't you use a social media platform and get all the blacks together and let them understand that they are putting their emotional resources in the wrong place. They should put their emotional resources behind Campbell, not Azudine, Campbell. Because the favors that Azudine is receiving, it's not benefiting the black people. It's benefiting him, his father, and their business. In case you don't know how to use your mental capacity, I've just suggested. Thinking is free. And thanks to the president, he's made it even better. Education is free. So if you can think, at least you can go pursue free education. Now, President Ali, I can't spend all the time talking about these idiots. Let me talk about my president. The great man, President Ali. He is not just concerned about Guyanese. They're just commissioned. You missed that, right? See? See my point? You missed it. While everybody is focusing on these shitty people, Mohammed and Henna and all these others, you're missing what the blessing that the country is delivering to you. Well, thanks to me, I'll tell you. Burbies, I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for Region 6. Like I said, the PPP needs to remember its base. I'm fighting for you. A technical school was commissioned, linked to the whole oil industry and other matters. Commission. That's another level. It's like IT in America. The school where all the genius go and they study, like Zuckerberg and all these people. Yeah, Guyana has now commissioned one of that. And the president thinks without means not just limited to Guyanese borders. He has made it available for Suriname people, Trinidadians, to come and get their education there. And I'm sure it's free of cost. I am sure. This is not just university. This is another level. The places that you have institutions like that would be Europe, Saudi Arabia, and these developed first world nations. You have those institutions. Now Guyana has one. Guyana has one. You think PNC, 28 years they were there. What did they do? What did Burnham do? He built a national service to train black people how to use guns to kill Indians. Yeah. And what is President Ali doing? Building education institutions, making Guyana great in technology, saving the future of the country. That's what he's doing. But what them niggas are doing, like Norman Brown and fucking Burke and these assholes that are attacking me, what they're doing, they're pushing to the Afro-Guyanese cash grant. Cash grant. You deserve cash grant. They must have direct flow of the oil money to the people. Yeah, and since Azradin knows his nigger followers, he's pushing the same thing to them. You deserve cash grants. Yeah. Imagine if the president had taken the money he gave out 2025, the cash grant, and built another institution, another university that dealt specifically for IT engineers. Would that not have been better? You can't spend it out. It means you can get trained, your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and you can think of 100 years from now. Your generations are secured when it comes to getting the right education to get a job, so they don't have to steal, pimp themselves, prostitute themselves, because they have the opportunity to get free education. That's how you manage a country's economy and resources. You invest it back into the people by way of empowering them, developing them so that their future can be secured, not by a fucking cash grant, but by education. Now Suriname nationals can go to Berbice. It's not even far. It's like you're at Nikeri. 5 minutes. They can live in Suriname and go to school in Guyana every day, go and come. It's that easy. Trinidadians can move to Guyana and get the training they need in the technical field because of the president. Yes, the Muslim president. Because of him. So you waste your time looking at the Mohammeds and feeling sympathetic to them, and you're missing what Ali is doing for Guyanese and the diaspora. Not with your tax dollars, but with resources from the country, because a lot of you don't pay taxes. And since there is no new tax introduced in the budget, you're still going to pay taxes. And your boss, Azradin, he still owes 191 billion in taxes. Imagine how many universities and hospitals the government can build with that. So when you finish smoking your marijuana and take your cocaine and go the fuck out your mind, you can get free health care. Why don't you pressure him to pay the billions that he owes you, the people of Guyana? Pressure him, as you did. No, you sit around, you think it's a conspiracy to pressure him to leave the country. Might I remind you, he committed crimes against the Americans and against Guyana. He is facing extradition, and he must go to face his crimes. President Irfan Ali did not sanction the Mohammeds. He didn't even arrest them. They're out. He's facing justice that is due. The same political pressure. The fact that he still can't leave the country so many months. The fact that today the case has been called off again. It meant that the president is not involved in the process. The Mohammeds are receiving favors. My suspicions, I repeat, is from the Attorney General. Because the bullshit report today, that's where it's leading. There was nothing that was presented to the judge. Nothing presented to the judge, any medical report to substantiate Shell's drama. Nothing. Only that the lawyer told the magistrate he's having pains, he can't breathe. There's no doctor that was present, no medical, nothing. Based on the lawyer's word, the magistrate made a determination. Was it planned before? Was it planned before? Did the magistrate get a call, postpone this case again? Did the Mohammeds get a call, fake something, make something up? Don't worry, she's going to postpone the case. Did that happen? This is too predictable, man. It is too predictable. It's a shit show. That's a court of law in a playground. They're abusing it now. They are abusing it. And the fingers are pointed at you, Mr. Nandala, unless you're not paying attention to the reviews you're getting. You need to pay attention to that. Something is fishy, and it has to be looked at. You can't just dismiss it because you are emotionally attached to this nonsense. All the magistrate has to do is review the evidence. That's all. Review the evidence. And that alone is taking forever. You need the Mohammeds to be there physically to review evidence. That's why you have lawyers. But if they were locked up and they were behind bars, you're certain that they'll show up. Even if they faked illness behind bars, their lawyers will show up. You're certain about that. There's a different standards for the billionaires, and there's a different standards for the law-abiding citizens of Guyana. Money talks, bullshit walks. Isn't that what they say? It is, isn't it? They're getting protection. They're getting judicial protection. The man is laughing his ass off and saying, look at these fools. They think the Ali government can hold us. They don't know that we have hand in the Ali government and we control things. We control the Attorney General. So the president has to ignore that. He can't bother with it anymore. He has to continue building the country, running the country. He has to leave a country that is livable for Guyanese and generations to come. He can't be consumed by the nonsense that is happening in the courts. So let's, for now, pay attention to President Irfan Ali and try not to be bothered. I know it's nice news to trend and the Mohammeds this, the Mohammeds that, but it's utilizing our emotions to the benefit of the Mohammeds. They are already rich. Don't forget that. They are rich. They're billionaires. They have everything. They own everything. They can buy the hospital. He can buy another heart if he wish. Ajudin can buy another face if he wishes. Yeah, plastic surgery. That shit works too. Hannah Mohammeds can buy another young body if she wishes. Yeah, you can have breast implant. They have the money. They can buy all these things. The rest of you, what can you do? So while you're feeling sorry for them, they're looking at you and they're laughing. They're going to bed every day in silk cotton, silk sheets, the best mattress. He drives a Lamborghini. They've never known what it's like to sleep with a fan. Never. These are the people you're offering your sympathy to. Why? Because you hate President Ali. You don't hate him because he's Indo-Guyanese, because you lived amongst Indo-Guyanese. Some of you are dating Indo-Guyanese. You have children with Indo-Guyanese. So it's not about him being Indo-Guyanese. It's because you are an idiot. That's why you hate Ali. You are a racist idiot and you have no idea as to why you don't like the man. You don't have an idea. Because when the PNC was in power, you hated Granger and you couldn't justify your hatred. The PNC got kicked out and the PNC told you to hate Ali and you hate Ali. You don't have a reason. While at the same time, your poverty level is going down and the people that you're hating, their life is moving on. I suggest to you, if you have nobody to look at me. Follow my post, share my stuff. The PNC people online have nothing good to offer you. They complain, they make you feel vulnerable, they lie to you, they pretend, they bullshit you, while at the same time, they're taking money from the very people they tell you to hate. Again, I reiterate, Azruddin Mohammed is not a Douglas. He's Indian. 100% Indian. Never liked niggers, now pretends to like them. Understand, hating President Ali, who is Indian and a Muslim, and loving Azruddin Mohammed, who is Indian and a Muslim, makes you look stupid. They're both Indians, they're both Muslims. One is an angel, one is an idiot. So if you're going to choose which Indo-Guyanese to love, why did you love the angel, man? Love the angel. He's better looking. Come on, man. Since when we want ugly people in politics? The PNC has a bunch of ugly people pushing their faces in politics. Look at Win. The only person from the Win party that has some looks is a Rastafarian woman. What's her name? Tabitha. She's kind of cute. But from the leader of Win to his sidekick, from the leader of Win to his sidekick, Odessa, they have some fucked up faces. Yeah. Don't get mixed up in a man's suits and the car and stuff. Anybody can wear a suit. Don't get twisted with that. When he stands, he looks like he has something between his butt cheeks. Don't get twisted with that. Look at the PPP. Look at the PPP. I'm PPP. Look at me. Which side has the smartest people, the better looking, the cleanest, the most law-abiding, the most peaceful? Which side has that? The PPP. You're gonna go jump with a fucking bunch of hooligans and idiots and scraps and vagabonds and pea brains and fuck ups and a bunch of niggas. That's the side you want to go to? Then you're not ambitious. I thought black people are ambitious, but it seems like you're not. Because if you are ambitious, you'll stay with the PPP. Like I said, look at Ali, look at Azruddin. Irfan Ali is much better looking, 100%. 100%. And you can't go beyond 100. So if you're looking at politicians to admire, fuck Campbell, he looks like Barnum. I mean, Barnum was better looking. Campbell is a combination of Norton, Granger, and what's the other one? Manny Paul. 3 in 1. Campbell. And Azruddin, he's a combination of Odessa Primus, crime, criminals, the ghetto, and Azruddin himself, President Ali. Look at us. Come on, man. Join the PPP. Vote with the PPP. We are the winning team. And start by sharing this live. Sharing the live. I want to hear your comments. I'm reading a bit now, so I want to read your comments. And to all the persons who are like, the number that you see on my videos on the social media platform is to my Zella account. It's not a number to call. You cannot get me on that number if you call it. It's only there that if the Spirit of God reaches and touches your heart and say, please make a donation to Dr. Prasad. That's what it's there for. If you have a Zella account, you have the app, you can go to your app and just make a donation. But you cannot pick it up and call and get me. It's not connected, it's not for calls, it's only connected to the account. Even if you message, you can't reach me like that. It's only for donations. If you want to make contact, if you want to get to me, and you don't have a Zella account, or you want to make, then you can do it via Facebook. On the Facebook, Kenneth Warner, or you can do it via TikTok. Send me a message, say, you know what, I want to do this. Then I can give you a number where you can contact me on. Then you can call that number. But for now, you cannot reach me on the Zella account number. It's not for that. It's only for, specifically for donations. Okay? Thanks for your attention. Until next time. Pray for your country and your president. But most importantly, pray for yourself so that you get rich. Goodbye now.